Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Gary was a man who thought he could do crypto sharing at the SEC. Gary fooled us all. We thought he was a hero teaching blockchain at MIT. Well, get back, long get back and leave crypto alone. Get back, long get back and leave crypto alone. Get back, Gary. You ain't nothing but a Goldman Sachs bagger.
Okay, we're getting ready to start. Well, that button didn't work, did it? There we go. All right, welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Lane, the Crypto Road Dog. And what is a Crypto Road Dog? Well, somebody's been down that road before that maybe you want to take with you on your trip, on your journey. Kind of point out the pitfalls to avoid, because Lord knows I fell down them. Might as well not do that again, and might as well not let you do it either, right? I'm just here to ride with you. Take a look at the market and see what the hell is going on today. Big old red day. Oh, Peppy even fell down. Poor old Peppy. So much money in this particular coin. Is that part of the reason? Have people been selling out of altcoins to play with Peppy? Surely not. That means that crypto is just full of degens. Just like us. No. Could be. Could have something to play with that. Peppy did get a lot of attention, brought a lot of fun. A lot of excitement to the space. I enjoyed it. Even though I had lots of good times with old Peppy. Peppy did pull some fast ones on me. Oh, Divis little Peppy. Checking out Peppy right now. Why not? Why not check out Peppy? Let's get rid of some of these fib retracements I've got here so we can actually see what Peppy looks like. On the daily, not enough information really there to help, but the biggest thing that we can gather from the daily is this trend line, which has not been broken yet. Got a little wick there. Still looking good. Falling price, falling volume. That's a plus. That's about all that we can get here, other than a symmetrical triangle, which, yeah, I don't like those. So let's try the 8 hour. Looks like we got to do a little bit of adjusting here with some lines. Get rid of this circle up here. Now these lines probably will not line up very well at all as I start coming down to the lower time frames, but so far in a falling wedge, that's good. About a 60-70% chance to break to the upside. Possible. Doesn't mean it will. But if we can find some support here, maybe. What's the 4 hours say? 4 hours says we're getting some support here on the 50 moving average. That's a plus, but look, there's 9 right under that line. Let me move that line there. Starting to target that one now. If it hits it, that will not look good. So is Pepe up? Pepe down? Well, that is where we take a Fibonacci that I just erased. Swing low to swing high, and we see that we are at the 618 retracement area. Great place to find a bounce. Great place that we could possibly find a bounce. Now, should we just FOMO in? Well, some of us will. And some of us will get spanked for doing that, and some of us include me. Because I'm a little impatient, just like you guys. You have to temper these urges, these impulses. But this nice candle right here looks very promising on the 4 hour. Money flow starting to come down. That's a little worrisome, but you know, it could flip up. We'll look for that. Stochastics are down at the bottom. It's got some good signs on the 4 hour, actually. I may want to cancel that short I was planning to take at 20. Because Lord knows, don't want to be caught on the wrong side of a short, especially with something as volatile as Pepe on leverage. However, I don't know if you guys were like me, but did you accumulate this little guy on the way down? One of the biggest clues that I had about this, I think it was probably on the 4 hour. Let me get rid of that 618, that Fibonacci there. Use the old Bollinger Bands, mostly on my phone is what tipped me off, using just the exchange there. Bollinger Bands were telling me. They were calling out this area. They were calling out 14. That must have been, and I think they still are. 8 hours calling out some lower prices. Now, will it make it down there? Possibly. It could. We have broken down, even though we found support on the 618. Let's go back to the 4 hour so we won't make this all confusing. Things are lining up here on the 4 hour. We probably could get a bump up. Now, the next target would be here at 22.9. That would be that 9 moving average. And that might be the point where we could break out this falling wedge. Things could go good, or we could get rejected and then shoot back down. It's hard to tell what's going on in the market because, well, we got to look at more than just Pepe to get a real feel of it. But for the time being, looks like we found at least a local bottom for Pepe. Just want to check the 1 hour real quick. Oh, that's nice to see, finding support on the 200 moving average. That gives me some hope for Pepe. I don't like the fact that the stochastics are way up high there, but you know, you take what you can get when you can get it. It's just me streaming to myself tonight, but that's fine. And if you find people that come upon this, hopefully we can have some nice little gems to share with you, because I've got some coins I'm going to go over. The ones that during this big drop, everything that we got going on here, these are the ones that I've been eyeballing for a while that I want to build some bags in. I've got a little bit started on them, but now I got a chance to build some serious bags in these at those prices that I missed months ago. I'm kind of excited about that, really. When crypto gives you lemonade, or gives you lemons rather, you got to make some lemonade, right? Now let me just do a little adjustment here on the 1 hour. Oh, that falling wedge looks even more beautiful. Now these usually break out about 75% of the way in to the full pattern. So that means if we were to draw this little sucker all the way, we should get a breakout probably around this level, somewhere right through here. So it looks like, you know, we got a few more hours possibly to wait here. But let's hope for that breakout on Pepe, and let's hope for some turnaround on some of these altcoins. First thing we're going to do is check out good old Bitcoin. Actually, I'm going to use this chart right over here. This is the one that I follow every day, and you can see how marked up it is. But we got some, you know, some things going on with Bitcoin. I don't know how to get this off. That's my paper trading. I'm down $2,000 in paper trade. So some people are calling for a head and shoulders pattern. Well, I disagree because I'm very picky about these patterns. Let's go to regular candles so we can see what most of them are looking at. And I'll tell you the reason that I disagree. I disagree for two reasons. One, screw it, let's go back to my candles. That's what I'm used to. We don't have a solid neckline. Now, you could say we're starting to develop one. Now, that might count. We did wick down. That would be what we're looking at for a head and shoulders. But my second point as to why I do not agree that this is a head and shoulders is because if we look at the left shoulder, head, you got a higher right shoulder. That defeats the whole purpose of this. And what is really going on is we have a low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a lower low, a lower high, a higher high, a lower low, kind of playing around this range. But the right shoulder is higher than the left. That's not how I've been taught head and shoulders. So overall, just zooming out, we've got a rising channel, which we've broken to the downside of. Now let me come over to a different one and let me show you what I actually do see going on here. Let me find one I haven't marked up too bad. What all we got here on this one? Anything important? Okay, we can clear this one up. So let me share with you guys what we got. And keep it simple. While looking for complex head and shoulders and things like that, you're forcing a pattern. If it doesn't just show up naturally, you're kind of forcing it. But if you go from trend line to trend line, tops to bottoms, look at that megaphone pattern. Now this one's angled up a little bit. Those are typically bearish patterns. That's hanging that megaphone up to the tree saying, hey, get down from there. And that's what price usually does. One of the key things that you can look for when you find this pattern is a kind of imaginary middle line. You could look at it sideways like that, or you could look at it at a crossways. But what happens is that we get either a partial decline, and that's where price will kind of stick up to the top side and find a place of support in the middle. It's called a partial decline. That kind of indicates that this one will break up to the upside. And we got a partial incline, meaning we didn't quite get up as high. We got a swing failure pattern right here. So the chances are that this one will break to the downside. Now, if I want to take a measure from this, if I can get everything to cooperate here with me, there we go. Instead of taking the measurement from the head, I would take it from this right shoulder. It's kind of a shortcut way, because we could take it from here. That would be the measured move, right? But this pattern only has about a 40% chance to make that measured move. Now, let's just go over here to the pattern site. If you're just learning how to do this stuff, this is gold for you right now. ThepatternSite.com, Thomas Bukowski, the GOAT of patterns and finding the statistics on them. When you hear a percentage, this is where it's coming from, except for those guys that keep saying that every pattern's a 68% chance, because they're not. But that points out how little they actually know if you keep hearing that same thing, because there are a few of them that had that, but not all of them, okay? All right, so we are looking for an opening broadening pattern. And that is such a weird name that it takes me a minute to find it. And maybe I'm calling it by the wrong name. I at least got part of that name in there, so bear with me here. let's just check out broadening formations. Okay, it's not right angled. It's not descending, broadening wedge, opening, broadening wedge. And it's ascending, going up. Okay. Bearish pattern. So it breaks downward 52% of the time. 52% chance that this thing will break to the downside. Okay. Now here's what I'm looking for. Percentage meeting the price target for up or down breakouts. All right. Well, I stand corrected here. 71% chance to meet its downward target. Now, Bukowski, sometimes I know that we've trained on the measured move. I've actually taken an actual measured move. But now he is also mentioning a shortcut rule for taking it from the top to the bottom. That's where it will probably go. I can agree with that. And that should probably lean into about our same percentage there. So let's keep what he says in mind here, because that would be his price target. But his rule for the measured move: multiply the height by the above percentage price meeting target. That's what we're looking at, 71%. So we take the difference between the highest peak and the lowest valley. So my little cheat was here. We'll do that. And then we'll do it by his way. Highest peak to the lowest valley would be right there. That is his. And now we're going to do 71%. Let me get rid of that little guy. Now, my little trick for doing that is I use my Fibonacci. It's a range of 100%. From 0 to 100. Kind of got to eyeball the 71% right around through there. Put that in a potential breakout area. It says, Thomas Bukowski, it says 24,283. It's a possible measure move there. My measure move, just taking this little shortcut way, gets us close to the same ballpark. Just a little difference by about, $300 or so. We got people in the chat. Welcome to the stream. It's a surprise stream, guys. Grizz hits me. Says fist. How you doing, Grizz? Strega says gold. Dog crypto. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everyone? Says Javid. All right. Glad to have you guys here. Thanks for joining me. Put the chat back where I won't lose that. So right now, I don't know when you guys just popped on, but I took a little quick look at Pepe. Probably will revisit that. But looking at Bitcoin overall, trying to get a line on what's going on. A lot of people calling this a head and shoulders. I see it as a rising, opening, broadening wedge, or bearish megaphone. That's what I call it. Or ascending megaphone, I think Charting Crypto calls it. But these are the prices that we got from that, about 24.5, 24.2. Possible. If it breaks to the downside, it's got a 52% chance to break down. I mean, we still got a 48% chance to go up. Now, will that happen with these measured moves crossing like in crazy? Well, that would be a miracle I would love to see and witness. But we are sucked right into this big Ichimoku cloud that been eyeballing for quite a while. Trifecta right here. All of these moving averages just want to cross bearishly at once. So, man, I'm curious. Does that mean a fast drop to the bottom or to the downside? Because that just looks like a lot of selling pressure right there. So those are the things I'm looking at. But I do want to remind you guys. Let me go back to my other chart here. I was pretty sure that we did have Ichimoku Cloud on the monthly. Maybe not. All right. Is that the guy? I just lost the chart that I had, looks like. Anyway, on the weekly, we are in the middle of the red Ichimoku cloud, and that's typically a good sign. Checking the 2 week, we haven't quite made it there. Now, 2 week, the 2 week's looking a little bearish to me. Just looking at my indicators, not scary bearish, but you know, it looks like it's getting a little bit tired. Weekly, we'd already printed that green dot a couple of weeks ago, or 1 week ago. But just the fact that we're in this cloud, to me, is a good sign. I don't think that we'll get a big, humongous drop. If anything, if we do drop, and this is where I have us in a rising channel, we could very easily come back to retest the 200 daily, or the 200 weekly, and that would be at 26,000. So definitely possible to happen. So it's starting to look like sell in May. Walk away is not bad advice. The only question is, which day do you sell in May, or should you front run in April? Because that's what I wish I'd done. I wish I did just a little early. Now, I did take some profits on some of my tokens. If you want to call them profits, I just kind of sold half of a lot of my positions just to free up some capital to take advantage of some moves. But you know, you kick yourself in hindsight and just kind of wish that, you know, taking profit earlier. And that seems to be a recurring theme. So it's always that hindsight, trying to learn and make new rules so I won't have to go through those things again. But I definitely need to start taking profits quicker and a little bit more often. It says, thinking a good CPI might save us on Wednesday. If not, then a bigger pullback. Let's hope. Let's hope. But man, it's just looking kind of drab at the moment. But altcoins really got the hit, didn't they? And so let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, the altcoin killer or maker, which it just does not want to budge, man. It just wants to stay in this zone, about 48%. Let me back out of this. Let's just clear this dude off. So we got some rounding there. That's not really great for what we want to see. Let's put a horizontal line. Okay, that's good. Good to know that. That is where we're getting rejected. This original area here, here, and there. But man, it's got an arc to it. Surrounding. So maybe it will handle out here, but what we need is just for it to get rejected and come down. That's what will save our altcoins. Because this sucker takes off, everybody's going to be looking at Bitcoin. Whatever happens, countries, I don't know, whoever buys Bitcoin, and dominance just goes through the roof, and altcoins will just, gosh, there may be some dirt cheap altcoins out there if that happens. But I'd love to get back to the bottom of this range around 39. We just need that 10% drop in Bitcoin just to see some mega improvements to our bags. And let's just hope that this is not the Wyckoff distribution thing and then we're going to take off. That's what I don't want to see. I want to see us get rejected and come down. And I'm looking close and trying to find signs of that. But our moving averages are all lined up really nice. We got a little hope if this 9 can cross over that 21. That might give us some hope. Get into this cloud, go down. We'd love to see it. There is some bearish divergence, but you know how that plays out. Well, eventually it does play out. Eventually it does. So that's my hope. Come on, baby. Drop now. Drop now. I see you dropping. Let's check out the 1 hour. Did you just drop? Oh, I like the 1 hour. The 1 hour looks bearish as all get out. So maybe this next hour we'll get a little something out of our altcoins. Let's check out Total 2. Strega says, so bad it's good. Yeah. That's how I was feeling about Ori, the video I put out today, man. That coin just, wow. I didn't think I would see prices that cheap again with that, but I'm definitely going to take advantage of it. So total 2, we've still not invalidated this. We've come below it, but as long as we don't break below this head, it's technically still valid. I usually have a cutoff point about halfway before I start looking down really, really sideways. But we're finding support this area that we had here marked out as kind of the level that I did not want to see it go below. And luckily, at the moment, we're finding support there. Will it hold? Oh, I don't know. Let's hope. I'm always checking out these moving averages, man, and right now that one looks a little rough. But we got a chance, still have a chance to find support, and when we break out past the neckline one more time, we could finally have that chance to go up. So watching this along with Bitcoin dominance is really key to staying on top of altcoins, but it was a really big disappointment to lose this neckline and come down below it. So there is a chance that this could be a fail path. There's my line. Yeah, we do not want to see it break this trend line. To me, that's a busted pattern. So if we come down below 555 billion, to me this pattern's busted, and God help us with altcoins. All right. So with Bitcoin dominance, trying to take a little tumble. Maybe, just maybe, we'll find support here and get a little relief with these altcoins. Let's see what else we got going on here. I was going to draw a trend line there. Can't do that. It's pretty much leveled out. That looks like a range. Now, and this looks like a spring if you're looking at Wyckoff theory, because that would be of course we're on an index here, but possibly accumulation, and then we do a spring. I'd like to see that come back up to this level, reclaim it, and that could be hopeful for us. But those moving averages wanting to cross right there. Ooh, could be a retested down. So just some ideas thrown out there, some things that I see, some things, ideas to look at that may be happening. Begin a little mini accumulation here with a little fake out spring. That's what I'm hoping for. And so let's hope that Market Cipher will, with this green dot here on the 4-hour and low stochastics and VWAP headed to the upside, let's hope that that's what this is, that this is a fake out. That's what we need to see right now. So over the next few hours, we'll see if this pans out or not. So we should find out at least tonight, maybe by tomorrow morning, if we can break back into, bring another 10 billion back into the market here. That would be good. Checking Ethereum. I think I've got it right here. Woo! That's a mess of lines if I ever seen it. Oh, I may have to. That was the bargain area. Wow, those were the days, weren't they? I don't think I need this stuff on here anymore. All right, let's take a fresh. Oh, see some rounding. Possible Adam and Eve there. It's kind of acting like one. I like that. And it's made it back up to the neckline, but we lost it. I want to mark that area. Let's get rid of my little Adam and Eve. It's there. I just don't want to clutter up my screen. I also want to do some other drawing here. Because, you know, you zoom out and still, I find it always best just to take an overview of the overall pattern. Even as an Adam and Eve, it can be inside a triangle that had a breakout with volume. That makes this a legit idea. More of a symmetrical triangle, which I do not trust those at all. So it would not surprise me to have a rabbit run and come back and retest this area down here. We're on ETH at the 200 daily EMA at 558. It would not surprise me a bit. That would actually be kind of normal. What I don't want to see is the rabbit run where it will come down to the bottom side and start doing this range thing. But good chance as it retests to do that, and I think that would be that would be cool if it can definitely find support at the 200. That may be the break we need right there. So I'm gonna mark that little area right there. But ETH does look like it's coming down on the daily. And so if ETH comes down, the ERC20 tokens are undoubtedly going to get a hit too. I want to flash back to Total 2 and Bitcoin Dominance, both on that same area. Bitcoin Dominance also come down. Now that would be odd to see Bitcoin Dominance come down and Ethereum come down too. It usually doesn't work that way. We're just chilling with the charts tonight, people. Just chilling with the charts. There were some coins that I did want to go over. And since the prices are coming down so low, and these are the ones that I'm definitely looking at building a bigger bag. And I like the ones that are layer ones. Aura is actually a layer one built off the Cosmos SDK. And since it got up to around, well, almost $12 on KuCoin and sitting at 240, getting ready to come down, now's not the time to buy it unless you're just trickling in. But I do foresee prices coming down. I'm looking at the $2 mark, seeing if it finds support there, but it possibly could come down 165, 121. Definitely are in that area, would be picking it up. And that also corresponds with these weekly support areas or daily support areas over here too. But that's one that I'm definitely looking at accumulating and putting to work for me because it's got a limited supply. I like that. But we are below the 200 moving average, so that does put us in a little bit of a skittish territory. So when you break to the downside of a falling wedge, I mean, we got two options here. I mean, we could come down and we could see a fake out. That would be a good sign. Ichimoku Cloud's not saying that that's going on at all. Moving averages aren't saying that that's going on at all either. Your other option is that when you break to the downside of a falling wedge, retest, and boom, parabolic downside, just like when you break to the upside of a bearish pattern, like a rising wedge, and it goes parabolic, it does it opposite and reverse for falling wedge that breaks to the downside. Don't want to see that. Remember, these usually break to the upside, so to have it fall down and for so many days to be underneath it, a little concerning, but that's when you gotta kind of rely a little bit more on your indicators here. And we're bottom out. We are bottom out here on the stochastics and have been for all this month so far. And money flow may be rounding off. You know, the momentum wave it doesn't have too much further to go. So, you know, maybe we can't get those bounces, but I do have a target here at $2. That's my negative 2.7. So I am looking for that to actually hit. But this is one that I'm building. And of course, Synverse was another one that I've got my eye on. And I've also made a video about that one. But that little guy, come down just a little bit below the, when did I make that last video? I think I talked about this in my last video. But I mean, we could be seeing these prices, you know, as low as 0.055. Now, this will probably take a while. The overall picture on this is that it may be making a larger double bottom. So, you know, you may have something kind of like this happen on this side. Oops. And that may take it a while, but this would be one that I want to accumulate in these areas between, what is that, half a penny? Yeah, anywhere around there, half a penny on up to, what is this, about 7/10 of a penny. I think that is a great accumulation area for this, especially you saw when they had the land sale, it went up right at 1.7 cents. And I just think that this project is, and I'm not big on gaming coins at all. I'm really not. I don't think the gaming sector, it doesn't appeal to me, but I do like this project and I like how they're approaching it. So that's why this one's on my radar. So it's definitely not just jump in all now. I would just slowly accumulate. But closer you get to half a penny, the more I would accumulate. I'm just going to throw that out there. But this one could take a while. After you lose those parabolic movements, you know, it takes a little while to recover. And gosh, that's a lesson we have to pound into our heads. And it's definitely one that's been pounded in my head. I just see a lot of people hoping for that bear flag or that bull flag when they're up here. And it just seems like it's always disappointing. This is what we get. Another coin I was looking at, Injected Protocol. Chris says, everything is an opportunity. Amen, it is. Up or down makes no difference to you. Ah, smart man. His man's been getting in on the shorts, and if only I'd planned ahead and did some isolated margin shorts on some of these tokens. But no, I got too wrapped up in Pepe fever and ignored all the other things. Oh, such is life. But for the people that have learned that, man, what an awesome lesson. Hopefully I'll catch on to that and anticipate some of these short movements. All right, the next Injective, and I keep mistyping that. Injective Protocol. I like this one. I really like this one. And it got up to $9, and it's sitting at $6.53. And this is kind of a buy zone that I had, but again, parabolic movement, really close to breaking that. So I'm gonna have to. Ooh, I would hate to have to sell off my bags of this when I'm trying to accumulate them. But if it comes down any further, looks like I will have to do that. I'm going to stick by my rules. So let's get rid of this little blue bar. And let's use a few little tricks to see where this guy may be coming to. So I love these fib areas because I find them to be highly reliable. Okay. So on Injective, bearish megaphone. Let's do Thomas Bukowski's move here. And to the downside, it was 71%. Oh, that would be horrible. Let's hope that that doesn't play out. And he also says down to about the bottom of the pattern, especially when it's pointed up like that. So, man, if ejected could get down to about $2.80, $3, oh, I'm definitely buying it up. I don't know how long it would take it to get down there if it does. Currently, right now, though, we're at the 50 on the daily, finding support there. Money flows in the green, so I'm looking for actually a bounce here. Hopefully, we can keep this parabolic structure because this has been a good coin. Like I said, when we get in these parabolic structures, we're all sitting there hoping for that little flag that's going to be the magic one, because I mean, it does have a good measured move. I'm just saying. Could take us up here to this 1618 area, and that is confluence. I'd love to see $13 out of this. That's the bearish or the bullish scenario, but we just got to see how this guy plays. So I'm looking at these prices about $5, $5.44, maybe $4.22 is what I'm getting if we do break this down and sideways, coming down here, and that would be retesting this 200 daily by the time it gets there. So anywhere, you know, just a little under $4, selling up to 5.5 is an accumulation zone. This area right here, about 4. These areas right here would be hard for it to get down with all this support, or get past with all this support. So this should be a fairly good area right here. Just a little over $4. I'd say once you get about 4.25, 4.50 under through there, I think that would be a good place to start piling just a little bit heavier if it breaks, which it could. So just kind of looking at that one. Another coin that I'm looking at is Cake, which I have some that I may want to add to this bag since it's so cheap right now. And if it comes to a cheaper price, oh wow, this baby just won't. Look at those moving averages. This thing is just $1.86. That's crazy. So I know Uniswap is available on Binance now, but I can't imagine it would just put Pancake out of business. That's wow. Really down. And we could get down to $1.44. And there's 89 cents. I'm just telling you, if it gets down here, I'm definitely aping in on some Pancake. I bought this stuff at 30 cents the last bull market, and wasn't really thinking anything about it, really. It's just available on Binance, and I can't remember. I think I had maybe just not a whole lot, a couple hundred of them maybe. And as the price is slowly getting up, I just sell off and put that money into something else. And, you know, it's just like a little reserve for me that I just drew on as I just held it there. So I don't like that. So you could look at this as being a triangle, but, you know, usually if you'll just make a copy of this line, you'll usually find a channel there somewhere, which I think makes a little bit more sense. And you can probably find a middle line or a heart line through there too that'll match up. and that one does pretty well. Measure move would take us down to this area right here. About 138, 133, I think is what I got there. Just a little under our point 127. So my goodness. And I need to add an alert here. Let's put as an alert at this box. I don't want to miss this. I'll make it drive me crazy. So when it crosses that line, as long as I got the volume up on my computer, it should let me know.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
So KuCoin my radar. Now there was one today that I found. I want to share it with you guys. Just kind of flipping through this. What I like to do is I go to Sandwich Finance and I will update my KuCoin list. And that'll make sure that I got their latest coins and everything added over here. And then where are we at? KuCoin USDT markets. It's just a cool way that you can check out to see what's moving, what's not, and what's trading, what's getting all the volume. Because Baby Doge has been getting a lot of volume, and so is Pepe. So this is what everybody's been trading, man. It's been all meme coins. SOS, Bryce, I don't know what those are. Shiba, Elon. Is that BitTorrent? But all that volume right there. Trillions, Baby Doge and Pepe, trillions of volume. Everybody's degen, it looks like. All-time high on cake was $43. Yeah. So to get this thing somewhere around $1.50 or under $1, oh gosh, yes, yes. I want to see some of these 50 and 100x gain coins, man. Or 25x's, you know, I'm not going to be satisfied with a mere 5x. So there may be some opportunities there. All right. ORN, that's the one. I found this one today. And did I chart it here? Let me find where I charted it. I think I did post this one in our Telegram group. Oh, right here it is. KuCoin. So this one kind of spoke to me. So I put some alerts there. I want to watch this one. What really got to me, now it's got a red dot on the daily on BMC. It does look like it's getting ready to come down a little bit, but it looks like it's doing a retest, and that's what's appealing to me. Looks like we got a breakout and a possible retest. But here's the thing that I liked about it. We're above the 200 daily moving average. Currently holding in the 9. It just had a big bullish move there, so it's going to do a retest. More than likely, it will come back and retest this 200. At least this one, well, it's going to come back. It's got to come back to the 21 anyway. If it loses 9, we got to target the 21. So maybe about 95 cents is what I'm looking at. Actually, I want to put it here at 96. I want to put another alert there. And I'm on the daily, so I don't want that just to go off once. But this one's got my attention, and it could find support here. That's what it was just kind of hard to get a solid trend line on this one. So I was trying to go with candle tops there. It's like this one can come down just a little bit there. And that would put us to this 618. I've got an alert there, right? Yeah, I've got an alert there too. At $1.02. So somewhere between 95 cents to $1.02, I think is a good price to get in on this, because falling channel, you got the partial decline. Lots of good signs saying that it wants to go up. You could look at this as a head and shoulders right there. It's kind of slanted. I'd rather just look at the bigger pattern. But the measured move from this, let me go ahead and redraw that, since I've kind of tightened up my line a little bit. At the breakout point, because my first measured move came up here, just a little over the 618 area. And I'm thinking, well, it's kind of weird that would go up. Just I wanted a little bit better confluence there. So I think drawing this trend line that way, it does give that to me. But it gives me some confluence for this 618 area. And that would be like a 72%. Let's go ahead and drop it at 76% return if you can get in right at $1. So just one that I'm liking, that I wasn't expecting to find. But it's one that looks good when all the rest of them just look like crap. But definitely not the right time now. It does say that we're getting ready to come down a little bit. Now looking at the 4 hour, see what 4 hour gave us a bounce already. Look at that, 4 hours ready to rock. Green dot on market cipher. Okay, so we got that. Let's check the 24 minute. Those are some cool ones to pair up. 4 hours been going for 4 hours. So therefore, would that have been it? 17. That was the buy right here. That was the buy signal right there at that green dot. That's using Jason Casper's 4 hour, 24 minute combination time frame on market cipher. So, maybe that was a retest. It did come down to my line. It didn't. It went past my line before I found it. So maybe another 4 hour looks good. 4 hour actually does look bullish. But probably a retest here about $1.06. Have to make myself a note. I'm going to take after the stream, a very, very sharper look at this one, because I'm liking that. 24 minute look, 4 hour looks nice. 4 hour looks really nice. Me like it, the 4 hour. Orn, Ryan Protocol. One of the few that actually looks like it's worth playing with right now. All right. Let's check out Woo. Doing the same thing that Total 2's doing. To draw me a trend line here that big and fat, so don't want to see it come down below this and invalidate this pattern, but could happen. Although if it doesn't, we could be looking at 45-cent Woo. And be almost a nice little 2x there if it will get back on board. Still above the 200. I like that. Everything looks good on the moving averages overall. They're all lined up like they're supposed to be, except for the green is just riding right underneath that red. So it looks like we've come down to retest the 100, and maybe we'll find support there. I don't know. Well, we are under or in this green cloud right now. just one to pay attention to. But if we do break above the neckline at 28, that would be definitely worth getting in, even at 28 cents, I believe. That would be the safest bet. But that is another one that's on my radar. So 60 percent return if you wait till it breaks back up above the neckline of the inverted head and shoulders. Otherwise, you're just taking a gamble. You could definitely get it at better prices, but you know, it's not good if it's a busted pattern and we can keep coming on down. But hopefully things will turn around. Okay. So let's look at what has just been tearing it up over on KuCoin. Ooh, did I just see Demetria? That's another one that I like. Now Demetria is broken out of the wedge though. Or the rising channel there. That is a bearish pattern, so you know, I think it's about a 65% chance to break to the downside. Ooh, I don't want to see altcoins get spanked the way that they look like some of them might get spanked. But if Demetria comes down to 0.0042, I'll buy some. But most likely what we will see is a lot of these coins just retest those daily 200 moving averages. And the ones that are below those 200 moving averages and slam down below them, I'm going to have to take a second look at those just to see if I want to stay in something that's showing those signs of weakness. It makes sense to me that your best coins are going to keep that 200 daily. And I would, in my mind, the ones that have just quickly lost that during what's been going on over the last few weeks in the market, they were sold out real quick. So maybe they don't have as much substance. So that's just one idea that I'm kind of throwing around in my mind as I kind of reevaluate my portfolio. And that's what I'm doing. I really need to trim a lot of this stuff up, free up a little bit more capital so that I can concentrate it into some better trades, some bigger trades. And so I do have, the majority of my crypto is put aside on a Ledger wallet, my big long-term hodls, and my major blue chips and things like that. But the rest of it that I got on my exchanges, man, it's just scattered, and I've got to fix that. Especially if altcoins go to hell, and they all go to hell in my wallet, some more than others. It's just it's hard to manage. So I'm gonna trim down some of my degen plays there. Demetria, moving averages don't look good on the daily though. So definitely does look like Demetria may come down to 2.5 cents right through there. That's where I'm looking at anyway. Let's see if we got anything else here that might give me an idea. I mean, we could definitely do our fibs, but I need a bottom to go by, and we don't have that, so that's not confirmed. I can't really rely on that. And I can't use that either, so I just can use this one though. And this guy gives me close to my other target there, just a little over a penny, so I can't put that one there. and we lost the 618. We're finding support at the 886. And sometimes that would be good, but just the fact that we've broken out of a pattern and our moving averages are just looking so rough, unless it just did a really nice wick and this proved out to be a bear trap, I just don't see that being a strong probability for most of these coins right now, especially when you look at the weekly and see how bearish that those indicators are looking there. So I'm very curious how this week will play out, and maybe the CPI on Wednesday, who knows, but that will probably be a crazy day. It usually is with Saw Motion, where they just shoot prices up and down all over whatever current range is, freaking the whole market up. Ellie, welcome to the show. Have we covered FTM? I have not, but we definitely can. That's another one. That one's dropped a lot. It's almost got me looking at it again, trying to find a place to get back in. Because I bought that baby cheap. I rode that hard, and that was one that I successfully actually executed well and taking my profits and everything. And actually, that's where all those profits I put over on my MexC account. So that's what I've been playing with over there. Unfortunately, Crust Network is really disappointed me. Yeah. So FTM. Why can I not just find the one that I want? I don't want futures. Oh, you're hidden way at the bottom. All right, here we go. So we came down to the 200, and at this line of support that I had here at 30, where we at? 34.7. That would be, it'd be wonderful if it will catch that as support. Here's the deal. This was one that was in a parabolic movement, and this is something I've just been talking about a lot lately. When we break those parabolic structures down and sideways, and this one's played out a little bit better than a lot of the rest of them. So it caught a bottom here. Now there's a possibility it will come down and retest this area at 30 cents. That is another very strong support. So if we don't catch support here at this 200 daily moving average where we are, it's a possibility we can. Stochastics are down low. Good sign. VWAP wants to try to do something, but it looks like the daily's got just a little bit more to give us on the downside. Now, whether that's just bringing it down those few extra pennies, or it's bringing us down to our other area here, which is right here. Let's mark that little guy at 30.5 cents. If we lose that line, the first thing I look for is the possibility of making a double bottom here at just a little over 30 cents. That could be valid, and that could be a good sign for FTM, since we found support there before, and hopefully we can hold that. If not, we're looking at these other areas, maybe down to where are we at here at 25 cents, 25 to 26 cent area. If it goes there, I will definitely be buying or picking up whatever I can, but I would really, at this point in the game, man, I'd really like to be, seeing some X's in my gains rather than having to go through another reaccumulation for months. So if selling me is kind of the theme, and if it seems to be gaining ground, it seems to be the play, oh gosh, it's be a boring summer for crypto, which it usually is a boring summer in crypto. All right, so I'm going to clear this out and we'll take a fresh look at FTM. Should I have done that? Well, just trying to get some support resistance zones. That's not the greatest. Really more like right there. And so that zone we were looking at, well, the one that I had marked here, so it found support here. It's more of a zone. Some resistance there, some support, resistance. So it's a support resistance flip, and that's why we found such good support there. Hopefully, and that was where we peaked down just a little over 30 cents. I'm still hoping that will be the support that we get. But if we do lose it, yeah, we are coming back down to 25-cent area. And we've got to get strength to make it above 42 cents. So we lost that area at 40. That hurt. I'm just looking at some other things here. See, divergence looks okay there. So it's not like we had bearish divergence just driving us down. This little V shape right here, that messes with me. I don't like charting that. The first thing I want to do is try to find a channel, and that could be a bear trap in that channel. Now that does give me some confluence. Prices drop down to the bottom of this channel, and that does come down to this daily support area. So I really don't want to see it drop below this, but it could. Being in like a falling wedge pattern, it could, and still be, you know, a double bottom. So that seems to be the best play that I can see on this right now. Is hoping for a double bottom at the bottom of this channel, and this support line. So just draw my little double bottom lines there, and have to revisit this and hope that will hold. Plus, if it does hold, we want to look for some hopium. I mean, if it does hold, it could give us hope for, 88 cent or 90 cent phantom. If we can, catch support there, break out of this potential bear flag. An awful big bear flag for the daily, or a falling channel, I guess you best say. But wow, and also where we are now. Okay, this is cool. On the daily, with stochastic speed all the way down to the bottom, RSI is coming at 25, way overbought. So this is showing me some good indications that we might actually find support here where we're at. It could, and it's at the 618. So maybe we can get lucky and get a little turnaround. Let's look at the smaller time frames and see what they're saying. 4 hours says it could be possible, although it is under that line. And unless I'm just a little bit off on it, and I've got it at the top. Let's go all the way to the very bottom there. See what that says. Okay, now that looks better. So that was my bad. So it's always good to go and check your positions there, especially if you change time frames, because they're a little different. So that is support on the 618 on the 4 hour, which is support at the 200 daily. That's strong. And as long as we stay above that 200 daily, we are bullish. So I would be very cool with us getting a pump to the upside here. Although if it comes down, I'm buying. But I still have my bags that I'm still in profit on with Phantom. So I'm actually okay on this. And I'm trying to allocate my money to a few other places. Otherwise, I would be buying this right now, honestly. I would be snagging up a little bit on every drop. All right. But Phantom, let's hope it holds. 1 hour says that it could too. It's got some bullish divergence there. So it could be getting a pump up. Maybe coming back up to the 40-cent area over the next few hours. Let's hope. I was just 25. That's, you know, that's, I have to look at some bad situations because, you know, we're not for sure. But, you know, if it is, it's an opportunity because Phantom was not going to stay at 25 cents. But it does look like 30, 35, 36 might hold. Let's hope. But if it comes down to 25, buy more. It'll pay you off. What's it? Jasmine? I kind of dwindled my Jasmine bag down. I'm not feeling as bullish on Jasmine. It's been doing better. I like the nice rounded shape that it's got there. That's actually, Jasmine looks pretty good. I mean, the dailies, daily says we're coming down, right? I mean, we got a little retracement, but overall, it's I got to relook at Jasmine now. This is one of the bottom formations that, this is what I look for bottoms. I look for rounded bottom shapes. I'm looking for a falling wedge. That was this guy. And a megaphone. Those usually pop up on this too while in the rounding shape. Got a little cup and handle going on. That's actually looking good. I mean, you're not at the bottom price yet, but overall on the daily and everything looks good because it's over the 200 and they're lying. Oh man, look at this. Okay. Make a note to myself. I gotta look at Jasmine again for some possible upside. Jasmine. Stick this where I won't lose it. So Jasmine and Orin are two that's really looking appealing to me right now. So here's what I see. I see a 50 getting ready to cross that 100. That's going to be bullish. Ichimoku Cloud is going to the upside, looking good. Jasmine's actually looking good to me. It's looking definitely could come down and retest this area at 0.0065. I can't put an alert on that, can I? So I got 5 moving averages there. I'm putting an alert here though. It is possible we could come down and retest this 100, or well, the 50. It would be the 50, not the 100. 50 will cross it though, but if we lose a 21, that would be our next target, which would be within our parabolic structure here, or rounded bottom there. So maybe somewhere above 6, possible. But I see that as being an opportunity. I'm glad you brought this up because I would not have thought to look on this on my own. I would have had this one, for some reason I had this one written off. So I may add to my bags on this one. Bottom and pattern overall, it looks good. Now 4 hour, let's take a look at smaller time frames. Now current pattern is in rise in megaphone, which is bearish. Can't break down, and that could bring us down to those areas that we just talked about. 6 cents, just a little under 6 cents. So that definitely could play out here. 4 hour. It's like he's going to get a bearish cross to the 9 over the 50. So finding support here. So it's going to retest the 200 on the 4 hour, and maybe just a little bit lower. But the daily looks good to me. Daily looks really good to me. Check out the weekly. Weekly looks all right. Weekly is getting ready to head into this cloud. So, I mean, Jasmine looks really, really good. We just got to really get over this 8/10 of a cent area, support resistance right there. And so if somebody wanted to take a more conservative move, a retest of that area, 0.008 would be a safe place to get in, and without having to worry about as much of a chance as facing further downside. And you definitely put a tighter stop loss, but ride it up to some of these higher profits. This is 2x right there. I like it. It says, thanks for the coverage. No problem. My pleasure. If I could only type tonight, must have missed it. All right, guys. I believe that is all I got. I think I covered everything that I was going to go over. Got the things you guys asked for. We did look at Woo. There's a few others I've covered on the other live streams, but for the majority, when we went over Ori, Sin, Injective, Cake, and a few other coins there too. But thank you for bringing up Jasmine, man. Thank you for putting that back on my radar. Because I was not looking at this anymore. I forgot all about this rounded bottom. But it does look good. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a stream. Appreciate you guys for being here. You guys have a good night. I'll see if we can get out of here gracefully. That wasn't as graceful.
Some call him the Nostradamus of crypto. His charting skills have discovered new entire galaxies. He once was engaged to Satoshi Nakamoto's oldest sister. He is the most interesting trader in the world. And today we ask him, what do you do when the market crashes?
I buy more. And I also subscribe to Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.